What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the second episode of our Cobblemon Create series. In the last episode, we got started on our Cobblemon adventure. We chose our first starter and we caught some Pokemon, and we found this beautiful little area right here in the middle of some amazing biomes. And today we will be starting our Create adventures. We're gonna get started into making some create contraptions, and we are gonna build our starter base. However, that's not the only thing we're gonna do. We're also gonna get started on defeating some trainers. We're gonna start battling, so it's gonna get dicey. Before we do all that, I have to catch you guys up to speed. There has been some big changes in between episodes, and I'm gonna walk you through all of them. First of all, elephant in the room. Look how beautiful this world looks. Yep, I added shaders and also some performance mods, so the game should be running smoother now with less lag spikes. But that's not the only thing I've been doing. I've also been streaming over on my Twitch channel, and over there I've been busy. We have done a lot of stuff. First of all, look at all those berries. We've got all the colors. We can farm all the Pokeballs we need. And I've already been doing a little bit of Pokeball farming. You can see right there. And we can use these apricorns to make all the Pokeballs we'll ever need. However, when farming all these berries, something cool happens. We got our first shiny Pokemon. Oh god, it started raining. That's bad timing. But this wasn't our only shiny. No, we got another one. Right next to it spawned this little dude. A blue Miltank. So we got two shinies now. Isn't that amazing? Wait, oh, two shinies? Or maybe three shinies. Little dude, you're not part of this group. You're not shiny. Yep, in our very first stream, we got 3 shinies. That's just amazing. I really wanted to limit my progress during the streams, but I can't let shinies go, right? I need to catch them, right? That's why I caught 3 more of them. I've got 6 shinies in total. Yeah, during 2 streams. It was insane. My shiny luck on stream is insane. However, I don't have a PC yet, so I need to get a PC to show you guys the 3 other shinies that I got. The last thing I did on stream was move all the items that were here over to here. And I did that because I want to use this area as my starter house. And I needed a lot of materials for that, so bam! And bam! Yep. We got him, which means we can already start our starter build today. And you might be wondering, what is this little contraption right here? This is a schematic cannon. You can put a schematic in here, and as long as you put all the blocks that you need around it, it can just build it for you. So I designed our starter base in creative, in a single player world, and this cannon is gonna paint it out over here with all the materials I've gathered in survival. Isn't that cool? I really like that. It really saves up a lot of time. This is one of the very cool contraptions that Create adds to the game, and I can tell you, it's not going to be the only one we'll see today. Alright, that's enough chit chat. I think it's time to start working. We have cleared out this area. We have all the materials. I think it's time to build our starter base, and we can do that by putting in the gunpowder and click play. You guys ready? And would you look at that? Our own starter base. Isn't it amazing? I'm gonna go in free cam to show you guys around. We have a starter base here made out of stone and moss with a beautiful dripstone roof. I think it turned out amazing. Now, I do have to say, this house is very much inspired by B0000, his starter base in the newest Hermitcraft season. However, I tweaked it and I added a little bit of my own things in there. And I think it really, really looks good. This is by far the best build I've ever made, and I am really proud of it. I'll show you guys around while somebody is breaking into my house. Hello, sir. Can you please not do that? Thank you. We have the front here with a little path leading up to our door. We don't have an interior yet. That's my plan for today as well. We're going to be making a little bit of an interior right here. Not sure if I'm going to do that in video or in stream. We'll see that. But at the end of this episode, there will be an interior here. Around this side, we have a little bit of a mine entrance. We can go in right here. And this is where I'm going to be going to make my strip mine later on in the series. Where we can find all our diamonds and iron and everything our heart desires. Right over here, we have a little bit of a crafting area. We can store all our berries here in these barrels. And apparently these are cool barrels because we can upgrade them. So I have not played with that yet. So we are going to see how that works. But just a little bit of a storage area right here. And all the useful stuff over here, like a stone cutter, some furnaces, and some anvils. But over on this side, we have a little bit of a pond. So we can easily grab some water if we need it. It's an easy infinite water source. And we can also, in the long run, fish here. Whenever we get a good fishing rod, we can fish up some cool items or maybe Pokemon. But yeah, this is going to be our starter base. And like I said, I'm really proud of it. It is very much based on a design by B0000. I just think he's an amazing builder. I think he's the best in the game. And I aspire to build more like him. And I started by doing that by, I wouldn't say copying, but very much inspired from his work. Especially the base of the structure. The roof is kind of a Snipy original though. I really like the color blending in there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm just really proud of what we have made here. And I hope you guys like it. Oh, one thing I almost forgot to tell you guys is that I trapped a little Torchic right here. He really doesn't like me at the moment, but if you put a Pokemon in a boat, you can actually stop them from despawning, so you can save them up for later. We found this little guy when we were playing on stream, and I thought, hey, let's catch this in the video. So, can I just throw? Yeah, I can throw it even when he's in the boat. Like I said, he is kind of angry at me, so... Oh, he gets back in the boat, really? Okay. Let's break the boat. Oh, yeah, he's coming for me. Let's see. The park ball should have a really good catch rate in the plains biome, so I really hope he just wants to catch and we don't have to do too much effort. Torchic is one of the starter Pokemon that we could choose at the beginning of the game. They are very rare to spawn in the wild though, so it's very important we catch this guy, because it might take a while till we find another one. Hey, there we go. We got it. We got it. Again, I don't have a PC, so we need to craft that before we can even access this little guy. But it is very cool that we caught him nonetheless. And the final thing we did on stream was find some diamonds. But since I didn't want to be the typical YouTuber that does some off-camera mining, I decided to leave them be. But since my pickaxe is literally at 6 durability right now, I think this is a good time to get our first diamonds. Let's go. Ooh, and it's a good vein as well. Oh no, wait. Mine. Alright, we got 6 diamonds, which is amazing. However, I found 2 more pockets. So let's quickly make ourselves our first diamond pickaxe. And get those other 2 veins. There's the second one. Oh my goodness. Wait, are these 2 veins in one? What is this? Got like 9 diamonds there. And there's the third vein. This one is a little bit more tricky though. I do not want them to burn in lava. So let's try and get them saved. There we go. There's only one. This is only one. That's okay. We got 13 diamonds to spare. And we got a diamond pickaxe. That was a pretty successful diamond run, if you ask me. Alright, we've done a bunch of Pokemon stuff. And we've done a bunch of vanilla stuff, making our base and all. But I think it is time to get started with the actual create part of this series. Now, earlier today, we already used this contraption right here. This is a schematic cannon, and it runs on gunpowder. However, that's kind of unique for the create mod, because normally the contraptions that we build in create run on rotational power. So before we can get started with our create contraptions, we have to get a source of rotational power. And the easiest way to do that is by getting ourselves some water wheels. To make ourselves a water wheel, we need some andesite alloy though. So we can make that by combining some andesite with iron. And this should do the trick. There we go. We have 14. I think that's enough for now. We're gonna make some shafts. And with some logs, we can make ourselves... There we go. Water wheels. However, I'm gonna upgrade them to large water wheels. There we go. This is what a water wheel looks like, and it can generate some rotational power for us. However, to do that, we must place it in flowing water, and there we go. You can see rotational power here. And if we put shafts on this, look, it turns with it. So we can actually connect our contraptions to this water wheel, and we can power them. And the first thing that we are going to make is a mechanical press. We need a andesite casing for this, and we can make that by applying an andesite alloy to a stripped log. So if we do that, look at that. We're in the andesite age, and then we can craft it with a shaft and an iron block. There we go. We got ourselves a mechanical press. However, we also need a depot to make it work. So we need another andesite casing for that. And with that, we are able to make a depot. And we have ourselves our first create contraption. We're going to put it right here. There we go. Let's put it rotated so it's easier for us to connect this up. However, how do we connect this up? Because we can make extra shafts here, but this will never connect. So what can we do about that? Well, one thing we can do is make some gearboxes. So I'm gonna make a few cogwheels right here. And we're gonna put them around some casings. And there you go. We got a gearbox. We have 2 of them. However, these are the normal gearboxes, and we actually want vertical gearboxes because we want to take our power up. So what can we do? We can put them back in, and there we go. We got some vertical gearboxes. And now our machine gets powered. However, I'm gonna change this because I don't like the way it looks. There we go. It is now connected, and now we can... Look at this. It is very slow. But, bonk. We got ourselves our first iron sheet. Very nice. But as you guys saw, that was pretty slow. So there is something we can do to make this actually go faster. And that has to do with gear ratios. So if we craft ourselves some cogwheels, we can actually, let's break these. What we can do is attach a big cogwheel to this, and this will go on the same rotational speed as the water wheels behind it. However, we can speed it up by adding a small cogwheel to the side. Now, if we connect these up by using normal gearboxes, you can see that this is still very slow, but twice as fast as normal. However, if we link a couple of these together, we could get something that is pretty fast. Now, for basically everything Create, you are gonna need some andesite alloy, and it is actually quite expensive to make in the long run, because as you can see, andesite alloy costs 2 iron nuggets and 2 andesites, or 2 zinc nuggets and 2 andesites, whatever you have most of. However, this is gonna be very costly in the long run, because andesite is not something you usually get a lot of. So therefore, there is a cheaper recipe, being using the mixer. And that's the next contraption we are gonna make. So to create a mixer, we need another andesite casing, a cogwheel, and a whisk. And a whisk is made from some iron sheets that we made earlier on the mechanical press. So we make a whisk, an andesite casing, and another cog. And with that, we have ourselves a mechanical mixer. However, the mechanical mixer also needs a basin underneath. Now, the mechanical mixer works a little bit different than a mechanical press, because if you look at it, it doesn't take rotational power like the other things. It actually needs a cog attached to it. So we have a cog right there, and we need to power this one somehow. One way to try and power this one is, again, by using some gearboxes. If we go up here, we see that there's some rotational power here, and if we use, again, 2 more vertical gearboxes, we can actually activate it. And as you can see, it is working now, and we can use this mixer to... wait for it. There we go. Make some more andesite alloy. However, there is a more elegant way to do this, at least in my opinion. You can also use encased chain drives for this. And what do encased chain drives do? Well, they connect together and take the rotational power across a whole line. So we could even expand this out and add more stuff to this. We could also place them vertically, making it very easy for certain contraptions to be connected. And then we can even rotate them on the same line. So we could save ourselves a gearbox here and power everything by just using 1 gearbox and some chain drives. Now, this isn't the prettiest machine, but believe me, there are ways you can configure this so it will actually look good. And that's what I'm gonna do in our house right there. But before we do any of that, I think it's time we need to get into some trainer battles. And our first step into getting into some trainer battles is with this dude right here. This guy is from the Trainer Association, and at his place we can buy a trainer card. There we go. And with this trainer card, I believe we can start a specific quest. And as we are still pretty low level and don't have all the TMs and stuff that we need, I think it's better to start with Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl instead of Radical Red. Radical Red is very, very difficult. So we will go with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Ooh, cool title screen. I've never played with this mod, so this is gonna be interesting. Whoa, that's one of the Pokemon that I want in the future. Look at this dude. You got a big hammer, bro. Very nice. Now, one thing that will help on our journey is if we could actually enter our PC, because that's where all our Pokemon are stored. And it's a pretty simple recipe. Let me just quickly craft that up. And with all the ingredients ready, we can make ourselves a PC, and then I can finally show you guys what other shinies I got. So let's pop it right down there. And let's take a look. Yes, we got ourselves another shiny pet rat. We got ourselves a shiny Gimmighoul and a shiny Sandthread. So our shiny collection is getting pretty big. That's good to see. That's good to see. However, they are all a little bit too high of a level to use currently. We could use Cottony, but we already have a grass type in Phantom. So I think it's better we get some other typings in our area right here. Okay, I did some research and apparently I need to right click my trainer card. And let's see. Yeah, this one. There's a name scrambled here. And, ooh, apparently it's a gym leader. Gym leader Roark. And we need to try to beat him. Let's see. He spawns in mountainy biomes. Oh, and in the meadows. Okay, we can try there. However, we are a bit under leveled right now. So yeah, let's see what we can do. So I just said that I wasn't gonna use Cottony because of the grass type, but if we have to fight Roark, it might be a good thing to bring Cottony, as Roark is usually a rock trainer, and it might be good to bring multiple grass types, because grass is super effective against rock. Now, I found these XP candies while exploring. Now, I do want to use these because we are a little bit under leveled for this, so we can just right click. Oh, can we not? Like, yeah, there we go. And let's bring as many mons as possible up to level 15. Alright, and Phantom, I don't think you're gonna make it to level 15. No. Let's see, do we have any more? I don't think so. Ah, we can try it with this team. Alright, I've changed some moves and I've also put Cottony up front. It is getting nighttime, so I will take my bed with me. But now it's time to find Roark, which is the first gym leader we're gonna try and fight in our Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl quest. Well, there are a lot of trainers, so I wonder if we have to defeat them all. Ooh, would you look at that? Wait, what? Did it just vanish? Did you guys see that? I wanted to show you guys the little arrow that was on top of it, because I thought it found the trainer, but apparently not. Okay, well, I'll try again, I guess. It's pointing again. It's pointing again. It's been a while since it's pointed, so I hope I'm gonna do it in the right way this time. Yeah, it is this way. So where is he? Is it you? Gym Leader Roark. You do not look like Gym Leader Roark at all. Alright. I have no idea how this is gonna go. But let's see. Gym Leader Roark. Let's battle. Alright. Let's see. So we have our shiny Cottony over there. He starts with a Geodude, so that should be easy enough. Especially since it's lower level. Basically a one-shot. He does live though. He's using Stealth Rock, so they do have pretty good teams. Oh, he's gonna switch into Cranidos. Now Cranidos is the dangerous thing on his team because he has a very high attack stat and a very high speed. So let's hope he doesn't one-shot me. Oh, he doesn't even stand a chance because we are faster than him. Let's go. This might be the easiest fight of our lives. I may have underestimated or overestimated the difficulty of this. He has an Onyx though. That shouldn't be too bad though. He's also 4 times weak to whatever I have, and he keeps switching, which is giving us free hits. Amazing. Easiest gym battle of our life. Let's hope it stays that easy, right? Alright, SnipyPlays 1. Let's go. Impressive. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Now, what does it change in our trainer list? Yeah, Gym Leader Roark. There we go. We beaten him. And, oh, that's the next trainer. Who is it? Who is it? Commander Mars of Team Galactic. Alright, alright, alright. That one we have to kind of search for because it's in savannas and stuff like that. So I think that's either for our next episode or for a stream. And the last thing that I want to do today is try and catch this Pokemon that I've caught in a boat right here. Earlier today there was a Quilava here that spawned. And this is an evolution of one of the starters, so it is very rare to find one of those. And I am going to try and catch it. However, it is level 35, so this might be a little bit dangerous. Oh my god, that was only the 3rd ball. Let's go. We caught ourselves a Quilava, and he is way over the level cap. But look at him. Oh, that was cool. That animation. Let's go. What is the level cap at the moment? 16. Okay, so that's just 1 level higher. Alright. Let's put our Quilava in the PC. There we go. And we are gathering quite a few fire starters. So, hey, we're doing well. However, that is gonna do it for this episode. If you want to see me build the interior for this place, come and take a look at my Twitch account. Over there we stream sometimes, and we will be streaming in this world very, very soon. So take a look at the link in the description, and hopefully I'll see you there. And then I want to thank you guys for watching. It was an amazing episode. We've built this house. We made a lot of progress, and I'm very happy with it. Alright. See you guys later. Bye-bye!